Welcome back, guys. We're out on location again for another update today. The death of cryptocurrency, one of the most favored titles that we've had over the last month. And I am going to talk about the death of crypto right now. It's happened before, it's happened several years, especially in these months as well. What we can do about it, what I think is coming next, how much longer has this got to go, and what does it actually mean? So I want to cover that when it comes to cryptocurrency and of course BTC. Tomorrow's video, I believe I'm going to go into more detail with Bitcoin and specific price levels that we are watching again on the macro. I've gone through a lot of short-term stuff. So yeah, that's what I've got coming up. Definitely stay tuned. Cryptocurrency, the death of, and what comes next. So yeah, smash up the likes. Thanks again for your support on the channel with the no-nonsense titles and thumbnails. I hope you are enjoying all of the views out here. Beautiful Burley day. I had to get outside yet again. All right, so that's enough of me talking about the intro and appreciating all of your support. The death of crypto. Well, over the last 2 months since the peak in March, we have seen the death of crypto. Yes, I hear you, it's gone down, it's a correction, it's not a collapse, it's not over, yada, yada, yada. The idea of the death of cryptocurrency is that the feeling and the sentiment around the market is that it is dying out and that there is no use to it anymore. It's not going to make any money. It's over. You had your chance. If you didn't get in, it's all over. That happens every single cycle. And to kind of jump to the point first up in the video, I'll get into some more macro stuff as well when it comes to traditional finance, because we're seeing some pretty healthy signs there. This stage has happened before. As an example, 2020, we saw a move up. So I'm looking at the total cryptocurrency market cap now. So, you know, if we can picture that, there was a nice move up there towards the middle of the year, around that summertime. Then it pulled back and it stayed underneath those highs for several months. It was about 3 months from September 2020 until November when we had the election and Trump was elected. The rest is history from that point. So that period, while it was underneath those highs, really felt like most had missed out on the opportunity to make their millions from crypto and they left the space. That is the death. You see that they have sold off or they've forgotten about it. They don't, this is investors that is, they don't continue to follow up with it and they basically leave. They only come back once they see the rebirth and the birth of crypto again, or the pushing to new fresh highs, and you're seeing all this sort of, you know, market excitement and views have come back and interest comes back and all that sort of stuff. They miss out yet again. And when that happens the next time, so when we see a correction the next time, maybe that's in 2025, right? They might stick around, but that might be the dip that pushes the market into a lower high, which then becomes the complacency bounce and the market dies off from that point. So apologies about the wind, absolute beautiful day, let's carry on. So in terms of where we sit with that, we might be about a month into it. However, we are starting to see some cryptocurrencies, as I've alluded to many times, put in higher lows. To me, these are the ones that we should be following. The leaders, we don't want to necessarily follow the laggers. Now, there's one extra rule I want to add to that, and that is you don't want to see your cryptocurrencies fall back into the accumulation zone that they put in through late 2023. Now, they can go below the 50% levels. They can drop below their swing bottom of April. So there was a low for many cryptos around the 12th or 13th. Actually was the low of April. Bitcoin made a low on the 1st of May. If they go below that, it's not the end of the world. I saw some people saying, well, you know, you can still get stuff that goes there. Yes, that is true. It can still go that low. It might not be as strong as some of the others that hold their ground, because they're holding their ground for a reason. There's strength there for a reason. And if there's no strength, well then you just have to wait for more of that strength to come back. That's the idea about supply and demand and why you focus on a chart as opposed to a lot of noise, or at least that's my style of analysis. But if it goes into the accumulation zone that happened in 2023, so before everything broke out around sort of October, November of 2023, if it drops back into that zone, that is a warning sign that that crypto might have had its good times. So the good times may be over for it. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not going to go up at all, but it probably won't get the same sort of gains as many other cryptos that are holding their ground now will have. So yes, they can break down from their 50% levels. They can, I don't like it, but they can drop below some of their their higher swing lows on a more long-term scale here, say on the weekly chart, they can do that because altcoins are obviously far more volatile. But one thing you really don't want to see them do is drop into their accumulation zone prior to this recent pump. So that's altcoins. That's the death of them. And next is looking at the time frames. So the time frames from this point forward. As I said, we've probably hit a peak somewhere around mid-March. Definitely on Bitcoin, we saw a peak there mid-March. Okay, that's better lighting. 14th of March was the top. April started to come down, and now we find ourselves getting closer to mid-May without a new top. 2 months. Fancy that. That's what we on the channel were talking about in March, early March, late February, when this thing seemed way too hot and they needed to cool off. We had 7 green months, 6 months up in the swing. Yes, hang around on the channel, understand what the swing charts are. And it just takes time for the market to recover from that sort of enthusiasm. You're not going to have like a bender every weekend. Maybe some of you do. Maybe some of you go out partying every weekend. Eventually it catches up with you and you need time to rest. That's all that was. It's, I see, it's 6 months. Imagine going on a bender for 6 months straight. You need to have some time to rest from all of the partying that you're doing. And you definitely see the partying at the tops. Everyone's so excited. Things are going ballistic and it needs time to cool off. So Bitcoin, cryptos, I've talked about it, death of crypto. The thing that happens next is I think we take a few months off here. So I did some figures looking at the data, the analysis, suggesting that it could take some time. As I've looked at many months, we're up to 2 months now. So, you know, if this thing lasts another month or two before we get to a new all-time high, so be it. And it basically meets the criteria again of every other time that we've cooled off from significant tops, right? Even April 2021 had a peak, it corrected into May, then into June, and then it took July to form a higher low. August, September were reasonably good months heading up, and then obviously the final peaks were October, November. The top was in November, but essentially all the move was done by October. So that was to get to that final all-time high. I don't think we only have 5-6 months left of the bull market. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see to be sure. So yeah, I don't want to sort of pin anyone to think that there has to be only 6 months left and that Bitcoin only can go to 150 grand. You've got to be flexible, and we will be fluid in how we view the markets when more information comes our way. So the death right now I think is a fantastic opportunity, as I've been alluding to for a while, finding those altcoins. We've talked about a few on the channel. I just ran into a follower at a cafe yesterday, and she said she had left the markets, that they'd all fallen. Maybe she's watching. If you are, I'm not picking on you whatsoever. A lot of people do this, so thank you very much for letting me know, because you just sort of see it happen time and time again. And essentially the markets were down, so it's like, I don't want to know about it. I'll look at it again when it goes up. That would obviously be the worst mistake to make, and I think a lot of you guys get it, so I won't bang on about that too much. But that essentially is another sign of the death of the market. Now, another sign on top of that, the death of crypto, is the Google Trends, the search volume for Bitcoin, the search volume for crypto, obviously well and truly down. Now, in the last cycle, when we did see that first rally, it took several months until the search volume came back to significant levels that was able to push the market back to fresh highs. So that's why I still maintain that there could be quite some time until Bitcoin makes it back to new all-time highs. The same deal for the total cryptocurrency market cap. Some cryptos might actually make it back to new all-time highs sooner than others. Render seems to be a pretty good leader at the moment. We'll wait and see, but it seems to be a pretty decent leader there, and I'm sure you've got your own leaders in the space as well when it comes to your altcoin portfolio. But stuff that is strong, stuff that is leading, is likely going to continue leading. No guarantees, there's never a guarantee, but it's just likely. The probabilities are more in your favor, so you're better to do that than go and be an XRP whatever and pick up the crap from someone else that's dumped it over the last several years, and they continue to dump it time and time again. So yeah, I only see good things coming for Bitcoin and crypto while we maintain this higher low. As for the traditional markets, a quick recap there. The UK, another all-time high. I posted that on the video yesterday. So just looking at the broader picture here to see whether we still see strength in the overall cycle, because you still need to see that for Bitcoin and cryptos. I know other people have different views where Bitcoin and crypto will break the cycle and they won't be heading up while the rest of the traditional markets do. I can't see that happening for quite some time. So yeah, we're still seeing strength in the stock markets, the US and the NASDAQ also had another higher day, so an up day, another higher price. So while the stock market's correct, there is obviously a high probability that they do. Do they go further down? I don't think that's really the concern anymore, because we're basically working on establishing a trading range until they're able to push higher. So that is still all within the cycle overall, the 18.6-year real estate and economic cycle. Don't get confused with the stock markets. They'll also continue up, but the main leaders here would be real estate, okay? So looking towards the next couple of years of higher prices, which so far it's continued to work out as per the cycle has suggested. So yeah, stock market's up. UK, Germany is also doing pretty well. So the biggest economies in the world. We went through SP, the NASDAQ I checked off this morning. The US dollar still holding ground there at, I think it was 104 last time I checked, but it hasn't broken down yet. So that's still putting a bit of pressure onto assets as well. I think we have covered just about everything. So make sure you smash up the like. Hopefully you enjoyed the view out here. There was a shark out here this morning for anyone interested. Just over there actually, in Burleigh. So if you guys are surfing, be safe. There are shark sightings out today, and they were out the back, okay? I was just surfing in the shorey here because I'm not interested in going out the back with the fish bait. Yeah, fish balls, whatever they are out the back there. So, like again, thanks again for your support on the channel, and I'll see you guys back here at the next video with another no-nonsense title and thumbnail with another major update. So enjoy the death of crypto. I think it's going to be a fantastic time to be accumulating the strong stuff. I think there's still another cycle to go, but maybe next time around in 6, 12, 18 months, whatever that next move is, those who get in late are not going to be as lucky. You're one of the lucky ones. See you at the next one. Peace out.